What's going on, guys? The Film Fan Reviews. My name is Stephen Barton II, and today we're talking about Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Now, some people may think that this video probably wouldn't exist on my channel, but I grew up at a time when Dora the Explorer was a pretty big show on Nickelodeon, and I was caught up in it, and I watched it fairly often. I mean, I learned some Spanish from it and everything, so that was always a plus, and I was entertained by it. Sometimes I made fun of it, but I watched it, so there's that. And when I saw this movie coming out, I was like, I'll check it out. It's the girl from Instant Family and Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, and thought she was great in both those movies, so I figured, hey, I'll give it a try. And then I saw the casting of Danny Trejo as Boots and Benicio del Toro as Swiper the Fox, and those two ultimately sealed the deal for me as well. I am a big fan of Danny Trejo, even though, I'll be honest with you right now, he's not in it very much. But Benicio del Toro's in it a few times too. Neither of them are in it that much, but they're both really funny in their roles. But the main girl, Isabella Moner, who plays Dora the Explorer that I was talking about from Instant Family and Sicario 2, she played Dora very, very well. There were moments, and even actually at the beginning when it was the younger version of Dora, she also did a fantastic job. I didn't catch her name, but they did those funny nods to the show, because in the show she looks at the camera and talks to it, which she does as the older version of Dora as well, but it was very funny to see that happen, and seeing her running around with Diego and everything like that was a lot of fun. The major standout for me, though, she was fantastic, but also Michael Pena played her father. That was the big standout role in this movie for me. He was hilarious. I love him in just about any movie I've seen him in since 30 Minutes or Less or Observe and Report, whichever one of those I saw first, can't remember, but he's been fantastic in everything he's been in, and this movie is no exception. He was making me laugh non-stop. Every scene he was in, he stole it, and he was just made this movie that much better. Now, with the references to the TV show, they obviously knew that the audience from the old TV show would probably come catch this. So they're still in there, the humor for adults that most kids' movies just do put in there. And I feel like it was a little bit in there for the older audience as well that might decide to check it out because they want to relive childhood memories and stuff like that, similar to how I did. And those jokes in there work phenomenally. Yes, there are very goofy and stupid moments that kids will eat up, and that's what it's there for. This movie is mainly for children, so definitely keep that in mind going to see this, but it was still a very fun time when those funny moments for the adults worked very well. I was laughing, a few of the other adults were laughing in the theater, and the kids were just dead silent. They had no idea what any of those things meant, and that made it even funnier for me, to be completely honest. But yeah, it was just a fun adventure. It was pretty predictable in a lot of the moments. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's just moments that I was like, yep, this is going to happen. Of course it did. Child movies aren't supposed to have crazy great plots that you're not expecting, so yeah, it was very predictable at times, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it was still a fun story for kids. One thing that I did notice watching it, I don't know if anybody else will, but it kind of felt like they ripped off the Goonies just a tad bit. The beginning part isn't necessarily a factor because the kids were kidnapped, as you see in the trailer. Then they break free, and then this group of people are chasing them on a journey and stuff like that while Dora's trying to save her parents. And it's kind of and they're going to chase after a certain treasure that her parents were looking for. They're also going to search for it, thinking they'll find her parents along the way. And just hints of it throughout the movie felt like the Goonies so much to me. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll let you see it for yourself, but if you've watched it, comment below and tell me if I'm just being crazy, but there were just certain plot points. I was like, this is about 3/4 of the way through the movie. I was like, this feels a lot like the Goonies. And I'm kind of curious to watch it again just to see, and actually watch the Goonies before I go and stuff like that, just to see how much I do notice. Because it's obviously not a remake. This is Dora. It's obviously not a Goonies remake, but there were moments that just reminded me completely of the plot from that movie. Not necessarily them getting kicked out of their homes and stuff like that, like in the Goonies, but just certain parts of them going on their adventure that just felt so much like it. But anyway, I'll hop off that horse for now and just say that if you have children that are seeing these trailers and want to go see it, I would recommend taking them. I think they'll have a blast, and you can actually find some enjoyment as well. On my 5-star rating scale, I'll put it at a 3 out of 5. It's a fine children's movie. I was talking to my brother last night, and he has a 2-year-old, and I was like, in a year or so probably, turn on this movie for her. Even right now, she'd probably still enjoy it because there's singing moments and stuff like that, but she'd probably get a kick out of this. And yeah, it's a perfect movie for kids and stuff like that, and you won't get mindlessly bored while watching, so that's always a plus for parents. Yep. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this. Please like the video, comment your thoughts, even if it's about the Goonies and stuff like that. I'd love to chat with you. If you think I'm insane, leave me a comment anyway. Share the video if you would, please, and think about subscribing to the channel. It'd help me tremendously. All my social media is below: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Visit my old reviews, thefilmfanreviews.blogspot.com, to check out some of my archived written reviews. And yeah, thanks for watching.